let's do some networking in Python. Now this is going to connect to one of my servers, which listens on port 22 and fetch the banner. You import the socket library. These are the raw sockets defined by Berkeley in Berkeley Standard Unix, and they created the internet. These are the raw sockets and the basic functions that created the whole internet. This is what's used for all internet communication. So I create a socket object with this command, and now I connect to a server on a port number. There's the name of my server, and there's a port number. Now, this protocol, as soon as you connect, which means you do a TCP handshake if you've taken your NAT plus, SYN, SYNAC, ACK, after you've made the connection, it immediately sends you some text as a banner. That is how the protocol works. So it's going to receive something right away. So I receive something and decode it because it comes in as a bytes object and I have to turn it into a string, I think, and then I can print it. And then I'm just going to close the socket. So this is going to connect to my server, and when it connects to a server on port 22 running SSH, it is supposed to reply by telling you what version of SSH it's running, and as you see, it does. This is which version of SSH my server is running. So that's what's happening here. Now we're going to have an error. If I modify it to go to, say, nowhere instead of AD, then if I run it, it's going to crash and say name or service not known. It could not reach that device because there is no device there. So when it tried to do a DNS resolution to find its IP address, it couldn't find one, and that's what happened. Now notice this is kind of an ugly error message. So you might want to handle your errors better, and that's what this one will do. This is what error handling is like, and professional code, of course, handles errors so you don't have crashes like this. So if you want to be more professional, you don't just do something that might fail, you try to do it. Try to do it, and accept is what happens if it fails. Then you gather the error and print the error. So here it's going to try to connect to this thing and print the what comes back and close, but if any of that fails, it's going to print out the error. Remember last time, it printed out all this garbage, like lines of source code and Python generated errors. Now it's going to say, just the error, name or service not known. So that's a little bit cleaner. All right. So now we're going to observe a slow timeout. So we're going to make grab.py up here, which is this program here. Okay. And I'm going to observe a slow timeout. So I think it's this one here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just change this to connect to my real server, AD, but on port 80. Okay, now it just hangs for a really long time. This is because the server is running on port 80, it's serving web pages, but the HTTP protocol that runs on 80 does not have a banner. When you connect with SYN, SYNAC, ACK, it doesn't send back anything. It waits for you to send an HTTP request. And I'm not sending one, so it's waiting for like 2 minutes or something for me to cough out the results. So I'm getting nowhere. So this is annoying. And we're trying to make a port scanner that will find out which ports are open. So I'm going to cancel it, and it'll say, keyboard interrupt. So what we're going to do is shorten the timeout. And you can do that here with s.set timeout to say 2. So now it'll only wait 2 seconds before it gives up. So now when I run it, it waits for maybe 2 seconds, and then it gives me an error timed out. So that's a lot better. Now I don't have to wait forever to find out that something is not going to give me a banner. All right, now I can take user input. If I want to vary the port, I can determine it here. Port is int of input of port number. All right, that's going to read the port number from the user, and then instead of going to port 80, I'll go to port. There, now I should be able to scan any port I want. So let's run this one, and int of input O. There, I think the AI closed a bracket on me and didn't close the other. Yeah, the inline AI here is kind of stupid. It tends to mess. There, now it's asked me for a port number. If I give it 22, it gives me a banner. If I give it 80, it waits 2 seconds and then says timed out. And if I give it some port that's not open at all, like 123, then it says connection refused. So it's not too bad. I didn't bother to use that try except stuff to make the output cleaner, but at least it doesn't freeze up or waste my time. So now you can find some services. Here's one that's on a port number ending in 1000. You could even try this interactive one here and eventually find it just by trying those numbers one by one. Now you can go through 30 of these, which is going to be irritating to do one by one. It would be better to use a loop, like a for loop, to do it for you. And here's one. This begins to be trickier. When you connect to this one on that port, it's going to reveal another port you have to connect to. So you can, if I go to this server here, instead of that server, and I feed in this port 22010. All right, and I'm no longer going to ask for the port. I'm going to use this hard-coded port. There, now it's going to connect to that thing. Let's see what this does. There's your challenge. Connect to this port, but you only have 3 seconds. So you probably can't do that manually. You're going to have to write code that takes this response and puts it in a string variable, and then hunts through the string variable to find the port number, and then automatically connects to that other port, because this number is different every time. 22297, 22262, and so on. So you're going to have to make a script that now makes a second connection and to find it there. And here's another example of port forwarding. This one here, just to irritate you, it has a whole paragraph or two of data with some port numbers hidden in there, and you have to find the one part of this that is a valid 5-digit port number, which will be in various locations. So that's what you have to do there. You get to practice networking, and you get to practice searching through a string for useful information. So that's it for that one. I'm going to stop.